What's going on, people of Hexaco, PulseCo, whatever we're calling it nowadays? Guys, the PulseChain community is unmatched. In this video, I just want to walk and talk with you guys. In case anyone's been living under a rock for the past couple of days, weeks, whatever, there's never a dull moment in PulseChain, never a dull moment. More and more people building stuff all day, every day. And so I figure I'll just give you all a recap of what's been going on, all the people that have been building, because there's been some huge developments. And if you don't realize by now that this is where the action's happening, you know, you've got your head in the sand. And there's a lot of people out there that are probably too scared. A lot of the mainstream influencers are too scared to admit it, that they've probably got a bag of PulseChain, maybe even a bag of Hex and PulseX as well, because, you know, in their mind, they're thinking, what if this really does work out? What if this really does work out? And us on the inside, you know, we understand what's going on. We understand all the people in the community, real people building real value every day. And so there's so much stuff to cover. It's like, I don't even know where to begin. But you know, a lot of people, they're too cowardly, they're too afraid, or they fell for the chilling effect because there's a war on crypto right now. And as we know, there's a divide between decentralized finance and centralized finance, and it's growing more and more clear. You're going to have to pick a side. You know, either you're going to go along with the government-sponsored crypto, which erodes all your purchasing power, can shut you off at any time. Let's say they don't like where you're spending your money, social credit system, Orwellian society, or you can opt out to the parallel financial system that's being built right in front of your eyes right now. And the people that are too scared to talk about it are only going to admit it after the price has gone up a whole bunch. And by that time, a lot of the opportunity for the mad gains is gone. But a lot of you guys in the community, you like your freedom, you like real DeFi the way it was supposed to be, real crypto. And that's what PulseChain offers. PulseChain offers a permissionless system where anybody can build. So by the end of this video, you're going to get a recap of all the people building, what they're building and why it matters, and why PulseChain is where the action is happening. No matter how far you put your head in the sand, you can't deny it. So I'm going to make sure everyone knows what's happening, give people a little bit of taste of some of the latest updates. Now, this is only a small fraction of what's been going on lately. A small fraction. We've become fully decentralized, as you probably realize. app.pulsex.com, bridge.pulsechain.com. All the PulseChain related websites, scan.pulsechain.com, all the blockchain scanners and everything are now fully decentralized. They're lists of links to IPFS. So if you go to a lot of your favorite PulseChain websites, some people are scared because the websites are different. They look different, but it's okay because it takes one more button click and you're actually more protected, more safe because you're on the decentralized internet. And so a lot of people are learning right now about what real DeFi actually is. A lot of people are learning about how to do DeFi the right way, because a centralized website is actually a choke point. You know, we've seen the government try to shut off websites before, and Richard's thinking probably 3-4 steps in advance that if they ever come for real DeFi, they shouldn't be able to. By definition, real cryptocurrency is not a company full of people. It's not me going to my job at the Hex office every day, because that doesn't exist, because that's not how we do things over here, okay? So what's been going on? It's not popular to talk about PulseChain, not popular to talk about Hex, because it's so different, because nobody got paid off in advance. Nobody's sponsored. No one's being paid to talk about it. So you're only going to hear the mainstream guys talking about it, yelling about it after the price has already gone up, after they've got their confirmation bias, because nobody wants to be first. Nobody wants to be the insider or the risk taker. And that's why a lot of us out here, a lot of us builders, creators, there's so many of us that are actually bold enough to believe in what we're doing. And we're out there spreading the word. So I'm going to tell you guys about some of the believers out there, whereas a lot of the cowards are just going to sit back and then PulseChain goes 50x, 100x one day. They're going to say, oh, I was in PulseChain the whole time. I always knew PulseChain was good. I always knew it was going to go to the moon. Well, then why weren't you here at the bottom of the bear market, chilling it, everybody? But luckily, we've got 140 content creators. We've got builders out the yin yang. We've got tons of builders. We've got people like Matty Allen. He built a thing called Time Pays Me, timepays.me. If you want to lock up your PulseX, lock up your PulseChain, you can do that at Time Pays Me. Now, this is a way to protect yourself from yourself psychologically. And that's one app out of many that people have built. A lot of people don't realize you can get to it on timepays.me, timepays.me. And it's also accessible from gopulse.com. Now, you got a lot of new links to bookmark, everybody. A lot of new links to bookmark. But there's one guy, his name is RH Maximalist on Twitter. Go follow him as well. RH Maximalist, one of many community members building awesome stuff. So as a response to all of these decentralized websites that people might find confusing, we've also got a new centralized website. If you want all your links in one place, check out gorealdefi.com. That's gorealdefi.com. All right. This website's got your hex staking, your blockchain scanner, your PulseX, your Ethereum dexes, your bridge. It's got all the tools in one place on one screen with big shiny buttons. So you can just click on them. You know, if you're used to that kind of thing, if you're the type of person that doesn't like to click more than one button, bookmark this link, guys. Bookmark this link. RH Maximalist created gorealdefi.com. GoRealDefi basically solves the whole problem of anybody confused about the new websites. It's a singular place, not hosted by Richard or anybody like that. It's hosted by RH Maximalist. And you can go bookmark this website, click on any of these buttons and have them link you directly to the IPFS websites hosted on the decentralized internet. And there's a couple of websites I really like, you know, when it comes to the one-stop shop websites for PulseChain tools. If you want to get onto PulseChain, if you want to start learning how to do things, I'm assuming you've already got a MetaMask wallet, right? Or a decentralized wallet. You know your own private keys, you know your own seed words. That's step one. Guys, if you don't know about that already, tons of previous videos about that. Know your own seed words, okay? Know your own seed words. Get your money off of centralized exchanges, not your keys, not your coins. And once you know your own seed words, you know, you can basically access all of DeFi, all of real DeFi. And you can access a lot of these tools right from gopulse.com. So definitely bookmark gopulse.com. And also, as a backup option, you've got gorealdefi.com. gorealdefi.com. So for people that don't like all the buttons and links being in separate places, like they've always been, you know, you've always had to go to a different website for all these different things. These people are centralizing a lot of the tools on one website. But ironically, it's in a decentralized way, right? Because there's so many people making these centralized websites. You know, you can't possibly take them all down. It's like playing whack-a-mole. It's like the Hydra, you know, the Greek myth of the Hydra. You cut one head off, 3 more grow in their place. I want you guys to go check out gorealdefi.com. And that was kind of what I had originally intended this whole video to be about. I'm going to put up a screenshot of gorealdefi.com on the screen right now so you guys can just get a sense of what it is. This is where you're going to go for your bridge, your hex staking, again, your PulseChain DEX, decentralized exchange, your Ethereum decentralized exchange. You go here and it's just big, obvious, big old buttons. You click on them and it takes you to all the tools that you like. And guys, you know, it's kind of overwhelming, all the stuff that's coming out in PulseChain every day. If people think that there's no action happening on PulseChain, that it's somehow a ghost chain or whatever lies they're telling you in the mainstream media, mainstream crypto news, PulseChain is the most thriving crypto ecosystem in terms of decentralized finance that I've ever seen in my life. I mean, there's so many people building stuff every day. We've just had an Oracle come out called Fetch Oracle live on mainnet. This protocol is huge, guys. This protocol is going to unlock a lot of other protocols. What an Oracle is it's a price feed, okay? That's how they all start. They give you, an Oracle is just a tool on a blockchain that gives you the accurate price data of something. And that's a critical component in all of these other tools that I'm about to list off for you, because you know, a lot of DeFi tools out there, they need a way to get a reliable source of the price data. Otherwise, the whole system can collapse, okay? So a lot of things that are going to be built on top of Fetch are, I've got liquid loans. Okay, liquid loans is going to be an algorithmic stablecoin, decentralized borrowing and lending. So basically, PLS-backed stablecoins come into PulseChain. You got Earn Protocol, which is the same as liquid loans, but for PulseX, meaning you're going to have PLSX-backed stablecoins. These are huge innovations. Native stablecoins, native algorithmic stablecoins, forked off of the Liquidity protocol, which, you know, people say, oh, all algo stablecoins are bad. It's like, not necessarily, guys. Luna, terrible idea. Luna, massive collapse. Anything that's, you know, related to Luna is probably not a good idea, but the Liquidity protocol has been up and running fine on the Ethereum blockchain throughout a 90% dip in the Ethereum price. I mean, it's surprisingly resilient. And so forking this protocol the right way, it's not as simple as copy and paste, but you've got Earn Protocol and liquid loans that are going to be coming out soon. So you'll be able to trade digital dollars on the PulseChain blockchain and back those digital dollars with your Pulse or your PulseX. And that's going to be a direct result of the Fetch Oracle being done. What else we got? The Omnis protocol, the Tetra protocol, these also rely on Fetch Oracle, okay? Omnis just came out with a proof of concept. Now you can trade 5 coins for 1, up to 5 coins for 1 coin on a decentralized exchange. What does that mean? Let's say you've got a bunch of poop coins out there. Let's say you've got like 5 different poop coins and you're tired of playing around. You're tired of losing money. You're tired of day trading. You realize, oh crap, I should just buy some blue chips and buy and hold them. Well, let's say you've got poop coin A, B, C, D, and E, and you just say, oh, I give up on all these. I want to get rid of them. I want to sell them all for Hex. You can do that all in one transaction with the Omnis protocol. So check out Tetra on Twitter. Look up Tetra PulseChain on Twitter, and they've got this DEX called Omnis, OMNIS. It's basically a 5-to-1 trade. You can trade 5 coins for 1 coin. Pretty cool innovation. I haven't really seen that before. Maybe it exists, I just haven't seen it before. So innovation on PulseChain happening every single day. So, on ENS, on Ethereum, you've got the Ethereum name service. On PulseChain, you have PNS, lol. You got the PulseChain name service, okay? So PulseChain name service is going to make your public address in crypto into a human readable name. So instead of having to say, hey, send me crypto at 0x1234abcd, blah, 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 some illegible name that's too confusing to understand and read, copy and pasting public addresses all day. I can just say, hey, if you want to pay me crypto, pay me at Crypto Coffee or at Crypto Coffee 369, whatever it might be. This PLS domain service also relies on the Fetch Oracle, and it's coming out very, very soon. All these protocols are just around the corner. These are real people building huge things, right? Power City is building the Earn protocol. Shout out to everybody out there building. You've got those 3 things are going to be unlocked. Also Tetra, so that's 4 protocols right off the bat. And if you're a builder on PulseChain, if you're a builder that would rely on an accurate price oracle, well, we have one. It's called Fetch. It's a fork of Teller on the Ethereum blockchain. It's incredible, and it's launched live. And they even found critical bugs in the original Fetch protocol that they responsibly disclosed. We're hardening everything. When you copy and paste these protocols, that's another thing people don't talk about. It's not just copying and pasting. It's another pair of eyeballs on the code. It's another opportunity for the code to be even safer and hardened compared to whatever they were forking on PulseChain, all right? So all these people talking about, oh, it's just a copy and paste. Oh yeah, if it's that simple, then why don't you go copy and paste all the good stuff and make a whole bunch of money on the PulseChain blockchain, all right? Tons of opportunity for good protocols to come over to PulseChain, and you can either migrate, because all your code's already there, all your coins are already there. Theoretically, the Aave protocol could just flip a switch over to PulseChain, update a few things, and have all their coins over on PulseChain network. But someone else could come in like they're doing now, and they could just build a new Aave, because developers, a lot of times they don't like to be early adopters. So you can be an early adopter pioneer on PulseChain, fork a new protocol, improve on it, make it PulseChain Hex specific, maybe integrate PulseX or whatever. And, there's huge opportunities right here. I mean, this is like the gold rush. You know what I mean? This is like everyone going west, seeking, better opportunities for themselves. This is the digital Wild West, the country of PulseChain. We really are like a digital country, right? We really are a digital country because, there's no central authority that can ever shut these things off. There's no central authority that can shut down one website because, as we've seen with sites like GoRealDeFi.com, GoPulse.com, you have a million different websites to all access the same code. You basically have theoretically unlimited centralized websites that all access the same underlying blockchain functions. All right, that's all websites are. They're just windows. And when you press buttons on these websites, you're performing a function on a blockchain. Okay. So when you have a blockchain enabled website, we call them Web3 websites sometimes. All you're really doing when you're clicking these buttons is you're basically running blockchain code. You're running blockchain code using your MetaMask wallet or whatever you have. You're signing a digital signature. You're saying, hey, I'm verifying that I own these coins and I approve this function, and only me, because, nobody else should have your private keys. And that's all you're doing. So another thing people don't realize is that the websites are not the products. Richard Hart is not the products. Richard Hart is not you. The SEC case, they're going after Richard Hart, and they're trying to say that Richard Hart is somehow equated to Hex and PulseChain, which isn't true at all. The guy hasn't made a commit to the code at all. Seriously, look at all the code. And, if Richard Hart got hit by a bus tomorrow, the community would still be here. It's really hit critical mass. It's unstoppable. And people are building, people's entire livelihoods are being built on PulseChain right now. People are going to get seriously wealthy over here. And it has nothing to do with whatever Richard does at this point. These are independent developers across the globe. You've got people in India, China, Australia, Ireland, South America, every continent, except maybe Antarctica. We don't have that yet. But man, we got a lot of dogs barking over here. Anyway, guys, check out all these websites. GoPulse.com is also coming out with a new block explorer. You've got GoPulse.com. They're coming out with a brand new block explorer. Now, the original PulseChain block explorer, scan.pulsechain.com, Guys, what block explorers are is they're like the Google search engine of blockchains. So you could search for transactions, you could search for addresses, you could see how much money this guy has or how much money you have, how many different coins you have. That's what block explorers are. And so we've just seen a big update in the original scan.pulsechain.com. Go to scan.pulsechain.com. You can access it from gorealdefi.com. Pay attention to these links I'm telling you guys about. You got to pay attention. If you're not paying attention, you're not going to get in early. You're going to miss all the opportunity. By the time people care about this stuff, but by the time the majority of the world cares about this stuff, prices are going to be a lot higher. Okay, prices are probably going to be a lot higher. Now, scan.pulsechain.com just got a huge visual overhaul. And I want to hear from you guys. Is the Block Explorer performing better? Because I remember it wasn't always indexing transactions instantaneously. OtterScan was indexing instantaneously. OtterScan was performing a little better. I feel like maybe with these updates on scan.pulsechain.com, I feel like things might be a lot better performing now too. So I'm going to go give that a try later today. Check out scan.pulsechain.com. But as a backup, we've got GoPulse.com is coming out with a new Block Explorer very, very soon. If that wasn't enough, we've got 9mm.pro. They've got a Block Explorer. They've got Uniswap v3 pools that they're forking. I think they're either launching very soon or they've already launched. Check out 9mm if you want concentrated liquidity on Uniswap v3 pools. If you don't know what any of this means, just look it up. Go to 9mm.pro. Check out that new project. You've got alternative dexes like 9inch. They offer some different yield farming opportunities. You've got eHex and pHex yield farms on 9inch. Just saying. You've got PulseX single-sided staking over on 9inch. Not telling anybody to go buy 9inch coin. But, if you're not dumb, you'll understand that you can see the nuance in what I'm talking about. I'm telling you guys opportunities here. If you all were complaining about not having single-sided staking on PulseX, you've got it now. Oh my God, he's talking about 9inch. Does that mean just because I'm talking about 9inch, I'm saying go buy 9inch token? Oh my God, he talked about a protocol. Does that mean he's saying go buy the token? No. Some of you guys need to realize that when I talk about protocols, I'm telling you that there's opportunities here to make money. You guys know what I like. I like Hex, I like PulseX, I like PulseChain PLS. I like coins that add value and add functionality to these coins, and I like making passive income and yield. And so if you check out some of these protocols, there's passive income opportunities everywhere, yield farming opportunities everywhere. There's protocols like SparkSwap and Impulse that have been making people yield. PHUX, Fox.io, guys, huge yield farming opportunities staring you in the face. If you don't want to make the passive income, you don't have to pay attention. But I know everyone's paying attention. Everyone's looking at PulseChain, whether they want to admit it or not. A lot of people are too scared to put their reputations on the line, right? But none of this is guaranteed, guys. None of this is guaranteed. And so you got to try. This only works if you get off your butt and you try. You talk about stuff, you build stuff. Even more important than people like me, and there's hundreds of people like me talking about this stuff on the internet. Even more important than that are the builders. All the builders out there. RH Max is just one of them that I'm highlighting. Matty Allen, Time Pays Me, Liquid Loans Team, Jesse, Power City, Earn Protocol. I can go on and on about awesome people. You got Goldkey out here. Goldkey just built PulseChain.forum. You can go check this out, PulseChain.forum. It's a forum for all things PulseChain where you can have more intellectual, more educated discussions. If you have a good idea that you want to take off of Twitter, Twitter's not always the best place to dive deep on things, right? You're going to get a lot of one-liners, a lot of arguments, a lot of zingers. But if you want to actually have a productive discussion, maybe check out PulseChain Forum. In my mind, I'm visualizing that this could be the new Bitcoin talk for PulseChain. PulseChain.forum. PulseChain.forum. Pay attention to these new things being built, guys. I just listed you like 7 or 8 protocols that are coming to PulseChain very soon, and even more that already exist on PulseChain today. You've got PulseX yield farming going on. That's been going on for a while. INC token taking a beating lately, but guess what, guys? You can stake your INC token now. Did you know that? Check out PulseDAO.pro. PulseDAO.pro. If you go to PulseDAO.pro, you can stake your INC token and potentially earn another token. Now, don't write it off right away. Check it out, see if you like it. It's been super audited, like triple audited, I believe. And not only do they have INC staking, but PulseX staking, PLS staking. They're an interesting experiment in governance. And if you have Hex T shares, you can even, without granting permission, you could also stake, quote unquote, your Hex T shares. So if you have Hex T shares, you can earn double interest on your T shares. You're already earning Hex interest, which is good enough, but you could also earn this XPD token, and that you get rewarded basically in CDs. So if you get the maximum bonus if you accept your rewards in the terms of 5-year lockup CDs. So it incentivizes delayed gratification. And if you like yield, it's like, yo dog, I heard you like yield, so we added yield to your yield. So you can make yield while you're making yield. What else? We got, I got a notepad right here. Got a little notepad. Good old pen and paper, huh? Good old pen and paper. BlockScout. BlockScout is coming out with what could be, honestly, could give Staker app a run for its money. BlockScout could be the new Staker app. Now, I still love Staker app, guys. Get staker.app. Go, that's GoStaker.com. I almost forgot my referral link. GoStaker.com. Great app for your phone. Great for monitoring all your Hex stakes. You know, it can even notify you when your stakes are due. But HexScout.com, that team over there, I think they're in Germany, Austria maybe. They're in Europe. And that team is building something awesome. I know it's going to be awesome. I've seen some screenshots. And it's been a long time. It's been a work in progress for months, but they're hinting at launching very, very soon. If you're not getting in early right now, if you're not paying attention to what's being built, you are literally living under a rock, or you're voluntarily covering your eyes like it's, what's that movie? You know the one. Sandra Bullock, when she's got a freaking, you know what I mean. All right, guys, let's start walking again, shall we? So what else are we talking about? Oh, 0x Coast. 0x Coast, guys. By the way, this could be the Coinbase of PulseChain. All right. They're copying the true TUSD business model, TUSD, where they have a trust fund that accepts bank money and issues native PulseChain stablecoins. And they're coming out with a critical update that's going to allow you to basically buy PLS, PulseX, and Hex directly without needing gas first. Thus, they're solving the chicken and egg problem. Of having gas, right? Because a lot of people want to get their money in, they want to trade right away. But how can you trade if you don't have PLS already? So if you haven't been to gainpulsechain.com, this is going to set you up with a Coast account. And that Coast account, if you use my invite code gainpulsechain.com, you can get 5,000 free weight tokens, which will bring your fees down automatically. If you stake those, it'll bring your fees down from 4% to 2%. Cut your fees in half, basically, gainpulsechain.com. And this is going to be the premier onboarding tool, guys. This gainpulsechain.com, this is going to onboard big money into PulseChain, all right? Because there's no limits. I mean, you could wire transfer, you could ACH, you could hook up your Revolut account, you could hook up your Wise account, you could even international wires and stuff. Guys, you can transfer hundreds of thousands of dollars at a time. So this is for serious investors and regular people alike. I mean, it doesn't matter how much money you have. But you link your bank account and it mints you a stable coin. And you know, the liquidity is rising on that. You've got a bunch of FUX liquidity on phux.io for the Coast stable coin. And I know a lot of this stuff, guys, it sounds like I'm speaking a different language to some people, especially if you're new. You just need to go click around. Like all these links I'm talking to you about, they're huge opportunities. They're huge opportunities to pay attention to. And once you realize that all these things are going to unlock massive inflows of money into the ecosystem, you're probably going to be a lot more bullish like I am. Once you realize that it's not a ghost town around here. And it's not just a bunch of meme coin casino pump and dumps, right? It's a lot of meme coin casino pump and dumps, but I try to talk about, you know, the valuable stuff. And I'm only scratching the surface right now. I haven't even covered like maybe 10% of what's actually cool and valuable, right? So we've been making a lot more. So I'm going to be making a lot more videos, a lot more tutorials about everything, guys. Making a tutorial about the block explorers, be making a tutorial about, you know, Time Pays Me, the new Coast updates, all the liquid loan stuff coming out. Tons of cool stuff. You've even got privacy coming to PulseChain. It's called beatroot.world. Be making a video about that. If you want your coins private, beatroot.world has a very interesting new take on privacy. They have some kind of a staking service where you can stake your coins, earn interest or yield, and when you unstake them, I think how it works is when you unstake your coins, they come out from a different wallet, And so, you can unstake to a fresh wallet and basically have, a fresh PLS wallet or Hex or PulseX. So it's a privacy solution, but it's not the typical Tornado Cash privacy. It's a new take on privacy. So I'm interested to see what they're building over there. Gonna play around with that more, make a video about it. What else, guys? PulseChain Foundation, thepulsechainfoundation.org. Shout out to these guys, man. The Blockchain Center in Atlanta, they're making a foundation, PulseChainFoundation.org. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge, guys. And one thing I already like that they've done already, is there's a faucet. So we talk about the chicken and egg problem of not having enough money to pay for gas fees. You can go to PulseChainFoundation.org today. PulseChainFoundation.org is gonna have, well, it does have a PLS faucet. So if you don't have any PLS to pay for gas fees, if you're a first-time user and you just want to get a tiny little bit of PLS to get that first transaction done so you can, buy more PLS to be able to do a whole bunch of transactions, you got to go to this website. We haven't had a faucet yet, right? How cool is that? I thought we were going to have a faucet right off the bat with that one website that ended up never launching. So PulseChainFoundation.org is coming out with a faucet today. You can go use it today, which means free pulse, by the way. It gives you a free tiny bit of pulse to start out to do transactions and stuff. So on top of that, they've got a whole bunch of other huge plans, I believe, including alternative links if you don't like the new versions of at PulseX.com or go to Hex.com. They've got new centralized websites, and with enough centralized websites, ironically, it becomes decentralized, right? So that's what PulseChain is, guys. It's a crazy world of decentralization, builders, useful tools, not just a bunch of casino junk meme coins. But hey, if you like that, boy, do we have that too. We've got meme coin city over here if you know where to look. Now, I don't recommend that to anybody, but if you want to waste your time and learn the hard way, boy, do we have a place to gamble. Don't you worry, you degens out there. So look, guys, I know I talked about a lot of stuff. All you got to know is that there's a lot more tutorial videos coming on my end, a lot more live streams coming on my end. I'll keep you guys up to date about everything. And don't sleep on PulseChain, guys. Don't listen to the mainstream influencers that are, either being quiet about it because they somehow think it's a reputation risk. Then they're going to be the ones dumping on your head when they start talking about it. That's the classic influencer playbook, right? Or if you've really got the actual haters that just don't believe, ask yourself, when have these guys been right before? When have these guys been right about anything? They just hop from narrative to narrative. Oh, it's AI this week. Oh, it's gaming that week. Oh my God, gaming is going to blow up. When everybody thinks it's gaming, when everybody thinks it's AI, the crowd is always wrong. If you follow the herd, you're not contrarian, you're going to miss all the opportunities, guys. People get rewarded for taking risk. No risk, no reward. If everyone's buying Grok AI coin, which has nothing to do with Grok AI, nothing to do with AI at all, everyone's aping into the same coin. Who's the real winners, guys? Just the insider pump and dump scam artists that do this for a living. They come up with their buddies, they make a little meme coin for the hot topic of the day, and they show you flavor of the month, top 5 AI coins to get rich overnight. Then you guys, not you guys, but a lot of people out there will go buy them. So try to be smarter. Listen to the contrarian viewpoints. Listen to channels like mine, Your Friend Sami, Miguel Dollar Cost Crypto, Hexologist. The list goes on and on and on. KDP Crypto. Go follow people on Twitter, Havid. God, I could just name a whole bunch of people, but that would take up hours of time. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's no guarantees in any of this stuff, guys. There's no guarantees. It's not a surefire win, but it only works if you try. If you get off your butt, start talking, start building, and don't be too scared. Don't fall for the chilling effect, because that's exactly what the centralized powers that be want. They want to keep you right where you are. They want to keep you meet the old boss, same as the new boss, right? Binance, they put a World Economic Forum guy in there, and they said, no, you can't be making that much money. You got to stop making all that money, Binance. Slow down a little bit. CZ, why don't you take a 3-year sabbatical? We're going to put our guy in there. We're going to monitor KYC, AML, all the choke points, and take the people's freedom away from them, and make them think they're doing real crypto. Watch Gary Gensler. He's going to reboot FTX because he wanted FTX to be the monopoly. But you got to realize that this stuff is not even real crypto. It's just new banks, new middlemen that you're giving the power right back to. But you've got a golden opportunity here to do crypto the right way, get into real decentralization, real DeFi, PulseChain, Hex, PulseX. I believe these are great places to start. Even Ethereum is okay, but that's going to be co-opted too. We've already seen Uniswap bending the knee. Uniswap bent right over for Gary Gensler. When the SEC went to go have a talk with them, they dropped all the charges because basically Uniswap said, here you go, guys, have all our data. Screw decentralization. We were all talk, no action. So we're going to put a KYC switch on, and then you guys can basically just, monitor all of our transactions till the end of time. So don't be concerned with the day-to-day drama. Don't even be concerned with the SEC case, right? When you realize what we're holding here, and that the SEC is suing Richard, and that Richard is not the products, you need to differentiate this, right? And I don't know anywhere else where, most centralized companies have like 4 or 5 lawsuits going on actively at any given time, all the time. Look at Tesla, right? Tesla's getting sued by the SEC. Nobody really likes the SEC anymore. They do the opposite of protecting investors. They've been totally regulatory captured. Everybody kind of knows this, right? But, you don't really get sued by the SEC unless you're doing something right, unless you're shaking the hornet's nest a little bit. If you're rocking the boat and you're doing something innovative and disruptive, there's a reason they picked the word disruptive, right? Disruptive to who? Who's it disrupting? It's disrupting the powers that be. So they send the 3-letter agencies after you. But if you're sufficiently decentralized, Hinman standard, SEC's words actually, and PulseChain is sufficiently decentralized, then you've got nothing to worry about because you can't shut off the code. It lives on a blockchain. A website is not the code. And more importantly, Richard is not you. So you can go take matters into your own hands. You can go sign pulsepetition.org, fight back against the SEC with our amicus brief. It takes courage. So shout out to all 30,000 of you guys. 30,000 real people signed pulsepetition.org so far. And that's going to get sent right to the judge so that they realize who they're messing with. They realize who they picked the wrong fight with. And that we're not victims of Richard at all. Me, Kinetics, and Daniel, we dished out a little bit of our own money to get our friend Richard's back. That's what you do when a bunch of thugs come after your friend. You fight back. You dish out a little money to go fight back when they mess with your homie Richard Hart. Look, Richard is not you, and that's the beauty of it too. You don't have to just sit here and be helpless and hopeless that someone else is going to pump your bags. Like, don't have this diffusion of responsibility, is what it's called. Diffusion of responsibility is when you see other people online talking about stuff that you like, and you just figure, oh, well, they've got it covered, right? It's like when someone's getting mugged in a crowded place, nobody goes and helps the victim because they all think that somebody else is going to help the victim. All right, that's called diffusion of responsibility. And I don't want to see that in the PulseChain community, and I don't see that, but still, maybe as a call to action for anybody sitting on the sidelines that wants to have maybe a little more purpose in life, maybe fight back for things they actually believe in. Freedom of speech, real DeFi, your right to be financially free, your right to mad gains. The SEC thinks you're too stupid to understand crypto. They want to take the power away from you because there's too many people getting rich too quickly over here. We can't just have a bunch of people reinventing the financial system now, can we? Well, that's exactly what we're doing. So, join the movement. It's a lot of fun. And again, it's like the gold rush, okay? But instead of all going west, it's a digital country now. The new frontier is not the United States of America. The new frontier is the country of the internet. We're building the city of PulseChain, the utopia, right? They're going to attack it. They're going to fight it. But you can have a lot more power over that than you think. So get out there, speak your mind, speak reality into existence. Even better if you build something useful for everybody. You've got Alex out here building Hedron. You've got Dipcatcher building the Maximus Perpetuals. I lost count of how many projects I name dropped or people I name dropped in this one video alone. And that's just off of my memory, right? I could tell you about a whole bunch more, and I will. If you smash the like, subscribe, leave a comment, share the video. And if you're brand new to crypto, of course, limited time only, use code bear market for 25% off of my course. If you want to learn how to do crypto the right way, if you feel like you're missing out, but you don't have the confidence of knowing how not to get scammed in crypto, or how to hold your own money, hold your own private keys, and only using the protocols that are relatively safe. If you want to do crypto the right way, go to hexpassiveincome.com today. It's worth a lot more than an hour of my time on the phone. And it's got a whole bunch of lessons, 37 lessons. It's like something like over 24 hours of content. I'm always keeping it up to date. And you're going to learn the right way to do crypto. I wish I had something like that starting out back in the day. It would have saved me thousands of dollars in losses of mistakes. It would have shaved months, maybe even years off the learning process. Because when you're going into crypto blind, there's a lot of people that want to take advantage of you. So for a very, very small fee, I'm serious, guys, the value in this thing is incredible. I've seen people charging $2,000 for the same information, basically, that I give you in hexpassiveincome.com, plus much more if you want to get started specifically in the PulseChain Hex, PulseX ecosystem. That's a great starting point. I got all the links for you right there. So don't miss out, especially right before the potential bull market. You don't want to be late. You don't want to be buying the top. So if you're brand new to crypto, that course is specifically for you. All right. Looking forward to getting back and making new tutorial videos and showing you guys about all the cool new stuff we're building. And I'll see you on the next video.